Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. Now, before we go any further, let's go shopping, because it's been a minute. Actually thought it was Thursday, late night shopping. It's not. I cannot believe I thought it was Thursday, late night shopping. It is definitely not. It is Wednesday. I have to do some sort of shopping anyway. Went into Big W. Got this joint. The Mamba Mentality. Quite cheap for a hardback. 35 bucks I think. And I had this Jordan book for like 20. So I still cannot find the book I had as a kid about Michael Jordan. So that will have to do. Could be the same one, just republished for today. I don't know. Can't even get that back in the bag, but a couple pops I guess. I will attempt to go shopping tomorrow. So there we go. Now I realise that it hasn't been so long because I added some older footage from Sydney and some local footage to the episode we dropped last week, right? Or whenever we dropped it. But because I have had an injury to my feet, I ain't really been able to go shopping. Full blown ordeal anytime I want to go anywhere. LEDs on purely just to match the height of this thing. LTDs are dope too. Let's not be lying right here. Oh. When I was out and about, I saw the Beetroot Dunks. I don't mind the colour. It's not something that I would gravitate towards anyway. But for me, the quality was so bad. Like the actual swoosh. The stitching on the inside, it was either the stitching or the swoosh was just completely, the QC was terrible. Like the shape didn't look right. I don't know if you would seen these, like if I'd gone to sell them to somebody like a store or whatever, they'd be like, yo, these are fake. Like that's how bad they look. There was some mid, some other stuff, but I also saw the Halloween Dunks in the junior size. Now they didn't have the full size run, they didn't have the adults, they did up until yesterday, but I've been stuck in the house going absolutely crazy, and so I missed out. Personally, I saw them in hand, the black material, I don't know, when it was in hand I kind of rubbed it to feel what it was like. It rubbed off in my hand, so I don't know about that. I know junior quality isn't usually as good as adults, but look, maybe I still need to see them in hand. They are sitting, I don't know, but yeah, I didn't think they'd drop locally, especially at my local hype, because we usually don't get anything. I just wish somebody told me. But the reason why I haven't been doing was it 1 week or 2 weeks? I did only one show in the week. Look, making 2 episodes a week can be tough. And I'm not making excuses, but like when you're on half a foot, like I actually injured myself physically. I sprained one and fractured the other. And it's only now that I'm getting better to where I can stand and even do this. Like you saw the episode the other week, we're back to sitting down because I couldn't. I'm in a moon boot, you know what I mean? The other one's strapped up. The other one's not strapped up anymore. I'm doing the moon boot on the one with the fracture every now and again. It's building up strength again. So it's pretty hard to get out and about, and I don't want to just stand here talking like I am now. Go figure, right? The irony. But there have been a few little things happening that I feel like I could compile into this one episode rather than doing a whole bunch of different little episodes, right? So one of the things I've been doing while I've been off, because the boys usually get together on a Friday night, is I've been joining the boys on the Soul Kitchen podcast. Okay, so we're just waiting for the boys. I think they said they're going to meet up around like 20 past. So, waiting for that. What is it, quarter past? I'm just making sure I've got my whole setup ready. But yeah, the boys invited me on for the Soul Kitchen podcast. I'll take a few snippets. I don't want to give anything away. Just to help promote the boys, because it's a podcast I enjoy. I think you guys will too. Oh, there we go. I had to hit join. Hey, what up? Well, Freddy's not actually my real name. That's the funny thing. Is, yeah, it's Omdi Plume after Omdi Plume. The funny thing about that was I used to change my name on Facebook all the time, just like for a random joke. And then one day they said, you've changed it too many times, you can't change it back. Is what it is. Can't complain with that one. I mean, I could move slightly to the right where it shows more Jordans if you want. Do you think to the newer generation that Drake kind of built them up for them? I thought the other one was a better idea, because obviously at the time it was a bit more unique. This is probably a more wearable colorway, but I don't need it. I've got enough Jordan 1s that are a lot better looking than this. I'm hoping to get 12 pairs of the Lost and Found, so I'll stick with that. Now, I've done 2 episodes now, and I've also joined in their live streams. So if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see the 2 episodes that I've been on, or just check out the podcast anyway. Like-minded guys that I've met through a group. I've met, I want to say, all but 2 people in that group now. Whether it be at the Sydney meetup or Lorso, who I met when I went to his place and showed his collection. He's just rearranged his whole room, so I'm going to have to get down to Melbourne and do it again soon, because first time my camera freaked out and like we had a bunch of issues. I, put it together and did what I could, but it could have been better, and for how crazy his collection is, we need to revisit it. With the injury, not being able to stand, not being able to, like, it hurts, or it did hurt initially to drive even, so the only driving I was doing was to and from a physio. GP appointments, that sort of thing. Even like groceries, like I was getting delivered, which is a whole other thing, right? But it's starting to come good. Within the next week or so, I would say content will move on how it was prior. But yeah, I wanted to make sure there was 2 episodes this week, but it's a little bit different. Yeah, just bringing it up. So make sure you check out the Soul Kitchen podcast. It drops usually Tuesday, Wednesday in the morning. I haven't spoken to the boys, but I think I'll be on this week or next week's podcast as well. See what the lineup is. There's a bunch of blokes, really good guys. Depends who turns up. Sometimes I can get a start, sometimes I can't, you know what I mean? With my usual schedule, I can't, because I'm home a lot with the 2 bunged ankles. I can make it. Also, they usually do a live stream either Monday or Tuesday around about 8:30 p.m. Again, usually I wouldn't be home. At the moment I am. The one actually from Tuesday just gone was crazy. We're just having like a normal interaction, talking about things, and then like an OG collector, B-Boy Splain, I think his name is. I got him on IG, really cool guy. He came on, showed his collection. Like, his collection is insane. He's got like, if you looked at like a wall-to-wall type thing of like a rich person's library, it's like that, but with sneakers. He's got like OGs, he's got colorways that people don't care. He's like me. Like, if you like your sneakers, you like it. It doesn't need the hype. and we're talking to him about what it's like over there in Germany at the moment. We're talking about certain colorways, and one of the things that he said is, look, I'm not a rich man, I work 2 jobs for this hobby. So that was, you know, a humbling thing that he said, because obviously we all need our money somehow. Like, this is just how we spend it. We could spend it on drugs, we could spend it on whatever, but this is our drug, right? If you're watching this, you're probably the same. So make sure you check out the guys, Soul Kitchen on IG, on YouTube, and check out the podcast. I think it's on Spotify too. It's probably better to watch than it is to listen, and then you've also got the live stream, so you never know who will pop in. Like, if I'm there, I'll pop in, but you know, you get an OG like that. Like, I was waiting for him to boot me out, because the last few weeks we haven't been able to have 4 people, only 3, so it worked out like that. Just got off the Soul Kitchen podcast. Good to catch up with the boys. A lot of laughs. I had to duck out in the middle there because I need to go to the toilet. But yeah, really good. I'm not usually home on a Friday evening, so I don't really get to participate as much as maybe I would, but it's cool to be a special guest. But back to the video. Couple of the other things, I randomly had eBay hit me up, and they want to like interview me about how they can make their sneaker selling better on their platform, right? So I don't know if they've just looked at my purchase history or whatever. I don't know how they got the contact, but I did say, hey, like, you know, that's interesting. I'd do this YouTube channel, you know, sneakers related. So I think we're doing that Monday morning. So when I do that, I will try and film a bit, and we'll see what we can do. For me, like, I don't really know what I'm gonna say, because like, for me, it'd just be aesthetics. If they could almost like change the way it looks when you're in the sneaker aspect of it, which they have to an extent with the sizing and everything. But for me, like, when I go lowest to highest in terms of sneakers, right, it'll then like change it, and you'll have like key rings and all this type of stuff. If they could eliminate that stuff, it'd be great, but who knows. Or if you type in Jordan 3, if it was allocated to like specific model Jordan 3 and CP3s didn't come up, that'd be the only thing. I don't know, I'll talk with old mate, we'll get it sorted. But opportunities like that have started coming since I've been doing the YouTube channel. Also another opportunity, which I don't want to speak too much on because it could go anywhere, but I've been approached by a company within sneakers. They're like, hey, can we send you some stuff? So look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never going to be the type of person that's like promoting stuff that I don't think is any good, right? The Philips sneaker cleaner the other day, like, I went to JB Hi-Fi and I'm like, yo, this doesn't work the way it says it's meant to work, can I get a refund? They're like, yeah, of course, if it doesn't do what it says it's meant to do. So I'm that person. I'm never going to be like, yo, get this because I got it for free and here's my discount code and all that. I'm never going to be that person. Obviously, like, it'd be dope to get things for free. If I can get like Nike and New Balance or whoever sending me product, that'd be dope. But that's something that, you know, that's obviously been goals to get to levels where, you know, YouTubers in America or wherever have gotten to. But obviously you got to build the channel up first. I have the contact details for companies and everything like that, and could potentially hit them up right now. But for me, I want to build everything up before we get to that point. I want to put myself in the best possible position for that to go ahead, and I want it to be mutually beneficial, right? At the moment, views can, you know, we usually get like around 100 views in a day, which isn't bad for like no promotion. Certain videos just randomly spike to 2K or 1K or whatever, which is pretty good, right? Pretty good for one dude sitting in front of his shoes. But we can obviously do better, we can do bigger, and you know, once they're healed up, I can get back to doing the more interesting content and everything like that. But stay tuned, there could be a little brand deal going on, I don't know. These boxes here might change, you never know. You never know. And it's funny because, you know, I've known people that, you know, around Nike, around New Era, I know someone that actually works at Adidas, so like, and I used to work in sporting goods, like I used to manage stores and everything, so I have those inroads. From music as well, I have little inroads and everything, but I wanted to do this organically, and that's how it's happening. Like obviously you could just spam like companies and everything, but that could go one or two ways, right? Obviously I could just say this is the greatest whatever and just like pump it up to where I'm spruiking them non-stop to where, you know, but that's disingenuous, and that's when I set out with this channel, that's not what I wanted to be. I want to be true to the sneakerheads and their stories, so, and that goes for myself. So like I said, you'll never hear me like just raffling off random discount codes for no reason. And I'll be honest, like I've had those same like random Instagram companies hit me up to work with me as well, to do all that, send me free product, but like it doesn't pertain to me. It's like random jewelry or random whatever. Like if they had a CBD discount, like I'd do that because I paid like $400 for a little vial this big, but like, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna just bastardize my channel for the sake of doing it for a couple bucks. Like I make my money how I make my money. I don't need this to be doing that for no reason. So with that being said, onwards and upwards, lots of big things coming. And look, I may even have a pickup tomorrow. I'm waiting. I won a raffle. I'm waiting for it to come. I thought it'd be here today. I'd be able to have the video ready for tomorrow, which is Friday. Not the case. It may get here Monday, but I've got two pairs rocking up. They're both very unique. One's got crazy quality, one's got crazy details. So we'll go all the way in depth with those two next week. But this has been another episode of Creased. Look, a little bit of shopping, a little bit of talk, a little bit of back and forth, keeping you in the know, a little bit of banter. We're definitely, look, this little channel of mine that I started as a hobby that kept me sane through the pandemic and everything, it's doing okay things. We're, you know, mixing with other people from all over the world. Got brands knocking on the door, so, you know, you never know. But hey, if you're not subscribed by now, like, you could be getting in early. This would be like, man, I was subscribed like way before all that. Way before it went to he was getting free shoes every month. That'd be the dream, wouldn't it? Look, you can only hope. You know, you'd love to be at that Cousteau level, that Kwasoma level, but for me, man, I'm just having fun. You guys seem to enjoy it. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back twice a week. Peace. Now, look, it is what it is. I'm never I don't know if there's something in the air or what, but I'm about to do an interview on a podcast, this time music, so I'm about to jump on a Zoom call and do it that way. Set up a different background this time, but yeah, it's